Hi, I'm Brian Welk here in the Wrap studio at Sundance, and we're here with the team from Assassins, director Ryan White and producer Jessica Hargrave. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So, Assassins, you guys were here last year with Dr. Ruth, and this is an incredibly different film. It's completely different polar spectrum. Talk about how you got involved in this story and when it all came about.
Dr. Ruth was a sniper, so we seem to make films about female assassins over and over. So 3 years ago, Kim Jong-nam, who is the half-brother of Kim Jong-un, was assassinated in the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. It was all over camera. 2 women came up. One was wearing an LOL sweatshirt. She wiped VX, which is the most lethal chemical weapon in the world, onto his face. And within an hour, he was dead. So that was kind of our entry point, this bizarre story of 2 female political assassins. And we followed their trial for the last 2 years. They were on death row in Malaysia, and they pleaded not guilty, saying that they thought they were on a reality show when they committed the assassination. So our documentary kind of interrogates the question of whether they are trained assassins or whether they actually could have been duped into committing this political assassination.
It's an incredible story, and when you see that she wore an LOL sweatshirt, it's just like, what is this? And you wonder, as you're doing it, what could have compelled these women to do this sort of thing? You think this is a shut and dry case, and then we realize, then maybe they were on a prank show. Maybe they didn't know what they were doing. You were there in the moment. What was going through your mind? What did you think was actually happening?
I mean, I think it's when you first read the headline, which we did and many people did, you see these 2 female assassins caught on camera. It's just cut and dry. You're like, obviously they did this. It's a very crazy story. But then you look underneath and you realize it's much crazier. And so basically they were both susceptible to this appeal of stardom and a better life and fame and fortune. And so when someone approached them and said, do you want to be on this prank show? They both were looking for opportunity, looking for a better life. They were both from small villages, one from Indonesia and one from Vietnam. And they had this opportunity and thought, I'd love to take that. I'd love to do that. And little did they know it would lead to them having fame, but certainly not in the way that they imagined.
I mean, where are we now with this? Without giving anything away, I mean, I think this is still ongoing, right? Or correct me if I'm wrong, but where does this whole story stand now? Because this is just an incredible, it's incredible.
So it's a 2-year-long trial, and I don't want to ruin the end because I feel like most Americans, this happened in February 2017, which was Trump's first month in office. So I think when I talk to people about it, everyone has like a glimmer of recognition of saying like, I remember that assassination, but it really only was on the airwaves in the U.S. for maybe a day or 2. So I think that's one of the exciting parts about our film is that I think audiences don't know how this ended. And so our film, we were on that journey for 2 years. We were basically living in Malaysia for the last 2 years following this trial, where it looked very dire for the women. The entire world kind of assumed that these women were going to be put to death and be the fall guys for this operation. And so our film follows the entire process until the end, which you'll have to see the film to see what happens to them.